Yes, hi Vaibhav. Good evening. How are you?
Very good evening, sir. I'm very good. I'm very well. I'm ecstatic. Thank you so much for having in the session with you. I'm so happy. I'm very good. Okay, let me ask you, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm always fantastic. So thanks for asking me. As we are meeting for the first time on video conversation, so I want to know something about yourself. So of course I know you personally, but I want you to introduce so the people on my YouTube channel they can know you better. So please can you introduce yourself for them?
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and I'm so happy. Sir, as you know, my name is Vaibhav Dwivedi. I'm also from UP. My district is Barabanki, that is very close to Lucknow. And talking about my educational qualification, I have done M.Com in 2020, and currently I'm working in a hostel as a hostel warden. And I love singing, talking to people, talking to good advanced and good speakers like you. And I play harmonium. Yeah, these are all the things I like. And let me talk about my YouTube channel. After being inspired by people like you, I created my channel 3 months back. So there I upload conversational videos, and I love that work. So credit goes to you, sir, because the 1.5 year back I started watching your videos. So that's why I can say so. You are my inspiration, and because of you, I have created that channel, and my journey has been going well, and I'm so happy for that. So
Yeah,
thanks.
thank you so
That's
much.
all
Many,
about.
many thanks to you. You have given me a lot of compliments, but I don't deserve them. So credit goes to you back, I would say, because you are working hard to become better in English. It's all about the efforts you made. That's why you are able to speak. So it's all about you only. So okay, now I want to go forward. As you said, like you started your channel and you're working on your spoken English. So that the first question goes to you, like why you started learning English? Why is that so?
Yes, exactly. I'm telling you, sir. So actually, sir, once I was humiliated. I'm telling you, no one humiliated me. I felt self-humiliation because I was working in a hotel as a receptionist. So I was sitting there, and I used to talk with to people in Hindi language. So things were going very easy. But once what happened, a lady came there, and she started speaking English. At that time, I was speechless. I was totally stalled. I was unable to even listen because at that time I was totally scared what to listen, what she's saying. I'm sitting here in the Lucknow, and I'm not in Germany and I'm not in a foreign country, and that was very surprising for me. So she said something in English. I was totally scared. Then I called my senior. So he came and he also started talking in English language. Then I felt so bad. Really, I'm telling you. So I thought I'm the only person who doesn't know English. All the people know English and I don't know English. So I thought that I have to learn English. But I was not getting access how to start because when you are planning to do something, so you need something. Someone should be there who can pinch you and who can push you to start something. So yeah, that thing was there. And after some time, 1.5 year back, I'm talking about the 2022 in the last approx. I think yeah, in December, I found your channel. So I started watching that, and I found it interesting. I was able to understand 80%. So, so that was a good thing for me. And again I started watching other videos. So continuously I started watching videos, and it made me a little more curious to learn more. And suddenly I found a what is that application free of it was free of cost when it comes to demo. So I took the demo class. So I was unable to give my introduction. In introduction, I started shivering from inside. And what I did, I disconnected that call and I uninstalled that application. Again, I started watching your videos and other videos like Karishma ma'am and Rajni ma'am and other YouTubers were there. So I started watching those videos. So it gave me a sense of peace and it pushed me to do that because they are doing. So I was so inspired because I knew two things. You are your name when I got to know about that. You are from UP and you are learning. It has been I think that time you were learning. I think you had been learning for 2.5 months. Sorry, 2.5 year that point of time.
Mhm.
So I thought. if this person can do this, so I will definitely try my best. So, sir, so that's how
That's
it
how
is
you
started.
started your journey. That's great, of course. Whatever you told the story, that's right. When a person visits to Uttar Pradesh, so they go to like Lucknow, and Lucknow is the capital city of a state, our state. So the people expect you to speak in English, the language, of course, they want to communicate. Because if somebody is coming from South India, they want to stay in Lucknow, right? Because that is the main city of our state. So you said it right, but you were not able to do it. So that's why you felt bad. I can relate to you. So now another question goes to you that as you said, like you started your journey. So what kind of hurdles have you faced till now in your spoken English journey? What were the problems, major problems you faced while learning this language?
There are many problems I have faced.
Mm-hmm,
Initially, I tell you, already I told you one thing that I was unable to give my even introduction in video call. Means I was
mm-hmm,
not very bad at English. I was normal. You can consider me as a mediocre at that point of time. But when I started talking to people, sometimes I used to get stuck in between because now we are talking about our introduction that we repeat in all the calls. But the person started asking me about some new things. I got stuck and I was not getting words. So yeah, this was the problem. And mind used to go blank. Yeah, used to go
mm-hmm.
blank. So that these kind of situations I have faced a lot, sir. And there were some people, they humiliated me. I tell you that in the application where I was talking to co-learners. So initially I found a good speaker, and he was, I think, approx upper intermediate level, and he started speaking in a very high pace, and I was unable to understand that. And I understood somehow, but when I had to speak, so I started copying that pace. And there should be synchronization of your mind and mouth when you are speaking. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I tried to do my best, but I was unable to do that. So that's why I felt uncomfortable. And then again, I left that, and I was not practicing for some time. Then again, I came on the path. So my journey has been very roller coaster, sir. But now I
Yeah,
feel
I can
a little
understand.
bit.
So on which application you started your journey?
But I started my journey on Joe's Skills application, and
Those
very cheap
skills.
application is it. Yes. Joe's Talks and Miss Joe's Talks and Joe's Skills, we can say anything. So I can say, sir, very cheap or very cheap. So you will not believe, sir, I had that much curiosity that I borrowed 500 rupees at that point of time. I had no money, really, I'm telling you. So I borrowed
Mm.
500 rupees from my friend. So he paid me, and then I subscribed that application. And I started my journey. I had that kind of curiosity at that point of time. I determined that I have to learn this language anyhow. Doesn't matter how hard I have to push. And
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I
I
was,
can understand, of course. I had the great, the same passion like you. When I started my journey, I wanted to speak this language without, paying a single penny. My mindset was that I wanted to learn this language free of cost without paying a single penny because I had no money too, because I was a student of my university. So that's how it is. I can relate to you, and of course, it's relatable. So another question goes to you as you started your journey on like Joe skills. You started speaking to strangers. So apart from speaking to people, what kind of activities you used to do to improve yourself? Have you done
so
any
one
other
thing,
activities also? Like for me, there were many activities. I would say first speaking in front of mirror, speaking in front of camera, and practicing tongue twisters, speaking out loud and reading, recording myself, taking a book. All these activities I used to do to improve myself. So have you done all these activities? Have you tried some?
not actually, sir. Actually, when I started my journey, no one was there. In my all the areas, I can say even in 20-25 kilometers, no
Mhm,
one speaks in English language. So it was very hard for me. So I started my journey by watching videos, and I watched a
mhm.
lot. I think I have watched more than 100 videos. I have watched, and even more than
Okay.
that. So, so I have watched many videos, sir, that point of time, because I found that it is the only thing that is alive. We are enjoying it. I tried once reading book, but that was not fascinating me. It was not giving peace, and it was not giving me interest. Because when I used to read, I would find that it is not talking to me. and it was
Mhm.
not, yeah, fascinating me. So I again switched to watching videos, and I watched a lot, and that's the only reason. But I tell you, sir, I have not spoken too much when I had to talk. So I used to speak, I think, approx 1 or 2 hours every day. And in between, I took 4 to 5 months gap when I switched my career. I can say I started working in in a hospital as a bouncer. So there I had to work 12 hours a day. And you can understand they would not provide me anything, not food, neither room, nothing, nothing. So I had to arrange everything. So it used to take me about 15 to 16 hours to arrange all the necessities. So I had no time to watch and speak. Still, I would sometimes talk to people about 20 minutes or 15 minutes. So I was not enjoying at all. So I left that job.
Okay.
I quit
So you
that.
had no time to speak for hours and hours as I had. I would say I used to be free all the time and I would speak to the people from morning to evening for 5 hours, 6 hours like that. So I was crazy enough to do it. So another question goes to you, based on your journey. So how long it took you to become fluent when you understood that you can manage a conversation at least for 15 minutes or 30 minutes? Because in the beginning only we are able to introduce ourselves, right? But after sometimes we are able to manage at least a conversation of 15 or 20 minutes. So when you thought like that you became fluent enough to converse with people, how long it took you exactly?
So I can say approx 3 months. When I means I was
Oh,
managing
that's
anyhow.
wonderful. Oh, that's
Yes,
amazing
sir.
that you became fluent in 3 months only. For me
Even
it's
this
been
time I'm
four
not fluent.
years but still I'm struggling to speak.
Sir, what are you talking about? I have seen a lot of your videos, and even I want to become a speaker like you, and still I'm struggling a lot. And I want to become a fluent speaker. I think it will take me 3 to 4 years more to become fluent speaker. But I'm
Yeah, in
talking about
that
the
sense, of
managing
course,
terms.
there is always room for improvement. Nobody is perfect and nobody can be perfect. But within 3 months, you were able to manage a conversation. That's a good thing about you because you had less time, but you utilized in a good manner. Okay.
Exactly,
So can
sir.
you tell me, apart from as you told the name of we people, like, do you follow somebody else, like the teachers or trainers, the speakers, like international people? Do you follow some good people on social media?
Yes, exactly, sir. I was watching one of your video, and there you introduced me. Means you mentioned there about Jay Shetty and Ranveer Bhatia, and I was watching a video of I think Karishma ma'am. So she said about I think Alina Rais ma'am. So I started following all of them. I used to watch a lot of videos. Even I can't count this time that how many hours I would watch. Even this time I watch a lot, sir. Every day I watch. Every day whenever I
Mhm,
have time. So I simply go on YouTube and in recommendation I find a lot of videos. I start
mhm.
watching, so the video is interesting. So I try to watch that entire video and I
Oh,
learn.
okay.
And exactly. And let me tell you one more thing, sir. Actually, I was when talking about that 3 months that I was able to talk in 3 months. So thing was that so when I started speaking, that time I was able to manage the situation of 10 to 15 minutes, not more than that. But when you do a work over time, means repeatedly when you do something, so it fixes in your mind. So after approx 2 and 3 months, I found that I was little aware about the things that which kind of questions may be asked by a person with whom I'm talking. So
Mhm,
I started talking about the things, and but really, I'm telling you, I was not talking about any specific topic or like that. I was having only casual conversation. How have you been? How is
mhm,
everything going? Tell me about your father, your occupation, and your desire, what you want to do. Initially, I can mention one more thing. When I started my journey, so there I mentioned this thing that I'm music lover, and even I said directly that I'm a singer. And exactly, I was that time a stage level singer. So I used
mhm.
to sing on stages. So people asked me for singing. So I started singing because now in Indian I'm okay. I can sing anywhere. So I started singing,
Mhm.
and that's how I started enjoying my conversation. So sometimes I
Hmm.
also used to cross 3 hours, not with a single person, but in 3 to 4 calls. Sometimes, yeah, I
Okay.
followed that.
Okay,
That
that's
worked for me.
interesting. Of course, it's all about the hobbies. Conversation, goes really long if you have a lot of hobbies and you can discuss all about them. Like if you have like sometimes I used to discuss also singing, photography, cricket, and whatever I did in school. So it becomes really good for you if you have a lot of hobbies. You can go for long conversation. Otherwise, some people are really boring. I would say introvert, they don't have a lot of
Yeah,
things to talk, then it becomes really difficult to have a long conversation. Yeah. So
exactly, sir.
hobbies are
Exactly,
really
sir.
important to have a long conversation. Okay.
Really, sir.
So another
So,
question goes to you. As you said, like you came on YouTube and you started making videos. So tell me something about your YouTube journey. How do you feel about it and what you learned, and yeah, how is it going?
exactly, sir. This is a nice question. Actually, 3 months back, I had no courage to talk. Means I had no courage to make my videos because I was very
Mhm.
much concerned about my voice and everything, my gestures and each and everything. So I can tell you my experience of first video call. So that video call I was having with Kavita Divakar ma'am. She's also a YouTuber. So
Yes. I know her.
I was I was talking to her, and that point of time, I noticed after the call that I was moving my hands too much. My non-verbal skills were very bad. So that was my
Mhm.
experience first time. So I noticed that, and I then I said myself that I have to decrease it little bit, and unnecessarily I don't have to move my hands and doing this overacting. Overall, talk about that. So then I found yes, exactly. Then I found because, sir, when you are not confident and you pretend to be confident, it means you are doing overacting. So I was moving too
Yeah, of
much. I was
course.
thinking that yeah, I am anyhow managing the situation. So I was really only managing. It was worst I can say. Then I found that let's do it again. Again, I started talking to people, and first video, anyhow, I managed and I gathered some courage. I was having that session with a person. He's from Rajasthan, and I found that person from that application, Juice Skills. So I said to him that brother, today I will talk to you. We will make a video conversation. He said, "What are you talking about? I'm not going to talk in video call." No, no, not at all. So I said, no, no, no. You have to face camera for the sake of your friendship for me. So we made that call, and that was my first experience. Sir. I said, let's create it, record it, and I will, as it was, I posted it on my channel. But I don't know how people got to know about that. I had zero subscribers at that point of time, and I got two and three comments that pushed me and that gave me a sense of creating little more content. I said, wow, people are watching this video. I was not even expecting. So my expectation towards my video and my YouTube channel was that at least people will not watch because I'm not introduced to the people, to the learners. So I said, at least I will be able to watch my videos after a long time, after 4 months, 6 months, or after a year. So that was my intention when I created my channel. But after 1 month, I started getting some comments, and people started giving me a messages that I want to talk to you. And even when I started that journey, so in the midway, I think after 1.5 months and 2 months, I found that now people have started recognizing me. So it pushed me a little more to create content, and that gave me a hope that I can also stand here and I can seek my future here. Yeah, so that's how it was.
Okay, that's quite interesting, I would say. So, coming at the last of the session and at the last question, I would say, as you learned the spoken English, you're able to manage conversation, you're able to face camera. So, like, what kind of, I would say, what piece of advice would you give to beginners who would like to start, their journey? Like, as you can think about yourself 2 or 3 years ago, like you were. So now the people in the same stage, there are a lot of people in 2024 as well. They're dreaming, or they are just, getting the humiliation from others, but they want to speak English. So, what will you suggest them?
Sir, one thing is that you have only face. of that what people will say about you if you are going to talk.
Mhm.
This is the only reason I
Mhm.
think we all are from Hindi, even Hindi medium background, and in English is not very strange for me that we are going to look
Mhm.
at as an alien. No, not like that. We know little bit, and I can say English is the only easiest language that we can learn quickly. Not entire language, at least we can be um, a kind of person who can manage the situation. So, firstly, one thing is that face your fear. When I started my facing my fear, then I got to know about the path, that this is
Mhm.
particular path, and I have to go there. Then I will be able to. When you start crawling, then you will be able to walk in. And then if you can walk, then you will definitely run in the way. So first stage is always hard. It was really hard. So start crawling. And now if I'm crawling and I'm talking about the people, about the person that they are running. So I will definitely feel demotivated. But I have to think that where I am now, I would not be there after a year and after 6 months and after 3 months. You will definitely see a result, sir. And if I go in flashback only 1.5 year back, I was not like this. Really, I'm telling you. And somewhere I proud of me, sir. And thank you so much to you and those all people who create content and post on social media. And thank you so much to social media. Only by social media, and now I'm this kind of Vaibhav Dwivedi. So I'm proud of me, and I feel that now I'm able to speak little bit. So yeah, that's how it was. So when a person who wants to start their journey from scratch, so don't worry at all. Look at me, watch this conversation till the end. You will get to know about the things. I was very bad at English 1.5 year back. I was not able to introduce myself in front of person. Now I think I can manage the situation of 30 minutes like that. So it's that journey like that. I think this was the
Okay.
answer to that question.
Yeah, exactly. Of course, whatever you said, that is exactly right. So it is always important to be motivated in the journey. Otherwise, like it's very difficult because a lot of people, once they start, they look at the people who are already on the top and they think that they wouldn't be able to become a such kind of speaker at all. So that is like demotivating thing. So we should people like who are on the same phase. So then we can become, of course. So the practice makes a man perfect, and that is always true. If you do practice, that will give you results for sure.
Exactly, sir. Two lines more I can add here, sir.
Mhm.
Actually, I got this thing in the book Atomic Habit. I was reading once, and I found that James Clear says there that you can take the example of an onion. When you want to do something, so firstly, this is the first layer of an onion. Okay, so
Mhm.
this is your outcome based. You want to become something. Okay, so
Mhm.
that's why it seems little hard you. But now you are going to pile this layer. Now it means you are going to learn something. Now you are not beginner in that. You have piled up that, and
Mhm.
now you are going to find a second layer. In second layer, you are on the intermediate level, and now uh, you have motivation to do it, and you are a little bit pushing, not too much. When you are beginner, you are pushing too much. When you are intermediate level, you are not pushing that much. But after that, when you pile this layer, so in the third layer, you will find that it has become your identity. Let's take
Mhm.
your example as well. So when you were a beginner, that time you started, that time you had to push more and more. You had to talk 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. But after that, when
Mhm.
you got the level of intermediate, then you didn't have to follow that much practice. Then
Right.
you didn't have to practice that much. Now it has become your identity.
Mhm.
Now you don't need any kind of external motivation to push you to do something. Now you will definitely do by yourself because your subconscious mind knows each and everything, all the actions which you do. So after that, it
Yeah.
will become. So whenever something becomes our identity, so it will you
Mhm.
will not have to face any kind of problems. You will definitely learn it. And now I think now it has become your identity. Now no one will say that Mr. Ashutosh Dwivedi ji is a learner. Now you are a teacher, you are a speaker, and you are a well-known person. So how have you become? You become only by practicing. You can't go on the deep on the third layer until you face that first layer. So face first layer, pile it. Then second layer, pile it. On third layer, it will become your identity. It will become very easy for you. Piece of cake for you. like your mother tongue. Yeah, that was my message, sir.
Exactly, of course. Whatever you said, that is exactly right. And of course, people can do practice in that manner. So, okay, Vaibhav, thank you so much. Many, many thanks to you for your precious time and thoughts. It was really nice talking to you, and you answered all of the questions which I asked. It was really nice. Thanks for joining me today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for having me in this conversation. I'm so happy. I'm ecstatic. I'm over the moon. Actually, I was waiting for this day for I think for a year exactly for more than a year. I was waiting for
Okay,
this day,
thank you.
and thank you so much for making my dream come true. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And even I
Oh,
want to
thank you.
talk to
Same
you.
here.
I will have I will have a real podcast. It may take me 3 4 more years. I will wait for that, but I hope so. Thank you so
Yeah,
much, sir.
sure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.
So thank you so much. Sir. Bye.